Babatunde Adeleke, a father of two, makes a living as the driver of a motorized tricycle. Is one of many Nigerians complaining about how the increase in fuel prices has affected their livelihood. Adeleke had hoped the Dangote Refinery would ease the persistent petrol challenges that Nigeria has been facing, but is having doubt.
We haven't seen any benefit the Dangote Refinery has done for Nigerians before it commenced distribution. Fuel price was 855 from the NNPC, while other retail filling stations were selling for over 900. I believe since the refinery started working, even with the fact it's produced in Nigeria, we own petrol, so why isn't it cheap?
I think we have to capture two key elements again. Number one is what happens to crude oil prices globally. Nigeria would have to price its crude oil accordingly, and we recognize the fact that crude oil prices are in US dollars. We have that element of exchange rate as well in it, even when they begin to sell in Naira.
You might expect the opening of the Dangote Refinery to lead to cheaper petrol, as its oil is refined locally and doesn't have to be shipped in from abroad. But that's not happening. Nigeria's state-owned petroleum company, NNPC, which is the exclusive distributor of fuel from Dangote, initially set a base price equivalent to 35 US cents a litre. They recently increased it to 53 cents, and now it's gone up again to 58 cents. Joseph Bangbelu runs a school in Lagos. It's had to increase the fare that children pay for the school bus, but he says that's not a long-term solution.
Now, even though we've planned our logistics and we have been able to look at our route and plan effectively to make sure that we are able to manage our fuel resources, but at the same time, we all know that the constant changes in the economy is not going to make it sustainable for us. So definitely, it's still a planning process.
So guys, thanks. Welcome back to Nigerian's Perspective. If you're here for the first time, welcome. So Nigeria's fuel prices rise despite Dangote refineries launch. This Dangote case, I've done a couple of videos on the Dangote refinery, which was meant to be a game changer. In Nigeria's downstream sector, which regards to pump prices if eventually going lower. It's a complicated complicated story, complicated process. There's the subsidy element, there's the Nigeria's exchange rate, there's the costs, all the costs that lead to what the final cost will be. You heard it earlier in the video saying that it's gone up to 58 cents. It was 35 cents at one point. Is it going to be higher than 58 cents? When will Nigerians get the succor? When will Nigerians get the benefit? When will Nigerians start to see the downstream impacts to the price? I've talked about this severally. It affects everything. This guy is a school administrator. It affects the school buses, which means the prices will be passed on to the parents and etc. in every single facet of the economy. Will we ever get to a point where the pump price gets lowered as a result of having this private refinery? I mean, I'm up for the private refinery. I'm up for us refining crude oil in Nigeria and not bringing it from abroad. But when will we see those downstream impacts? That is the question. Not only I have that question, quite a lot of people have that question, but let's keep watching and I'll round up this one towards the end.
NNPC claims the estimated prices are based on negotiated terms between NNPC Limited and Dangote Refinery, considering the current international fuel prices and prevailing foreign exchange rate, in line with the provisions of the Petroleum Industry Act.
A representative from the Dangote Refinery denied this, leading experts to call for more clarity from the NNPC as to how fuel prices are set.
I think that arrangement requires some level of transparency on the back of the NNPC to ensure that the entire world is aware of the status of, the details of those agreements.
Since President Bola Tinubu's administration assumed office last year, the price of fuel has increased by more than 400%. That's putting huge financial pressure on everyone in Nigeria, consumers and businesses alike. Dolapo Adenryokun, TRT World, Lagos.
Yeah, so you heard it there. Since the current administration went in I think May 2023, pump price has gone up by over 400%, over 400%, or times 4 to the layman out there of what the current price was when the current administration came in. If the prices are even reduced, do you think that it will ever go back to what it was before? I don't think so, because dollar price wasn't what it was in 2023 May. So the hardship, I've talked about the hardship on many videos. You can check in my catalog. If you go into my channel, you can see the different videos I've talked about. I've talked about Dangote Refinery. I've talked about what led to the protest, the hardship, and everything else. And I'm not going to stop talking about it. But now it's about solutions. What solutions can we prefer to get Nigerians that succor that they need? And do you think that the fuel prices are going to go down? Do you think it's a matter of time? Things will play out maybe next year, maybe the year after? What are your thoughts? I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on this particular topic. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, like, and share to as many people as possible. And I'll see you in the next one.